Hi GDQ, I'm Pingpong980 and I'm here today to record and submit my virtual reality speedrun on the Oculus Rift. So the game I'm going to be recording right now is Adventure Time Magic Man's Head games. So I'm a VR speedrunner and I'm going to start the run in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so time starts right when now. Okay, so time starts right now. So the original runners of this game, what they did is, what they wanted to do is, there's a first cutscene you can't do anything in, like you can't even move at all until a certain, like a minute and 39 seconds about. So what they do is, or what we do, we just start the timer as soon as the loading zone, as soon as the first loading zone is done, or not loading zone, but the loading screen. So we started right when that happens, and we have a negative timer to start out with for a minute 39. So the timer hits 0 pretty much right after the cutscene. You can move first. So at that time is where you can move, and then you'll be starting the game. So this game's neat. Who doesn't love Adventure Time? You know, Finn and Jake are really neat. They're entertaining, I should say the least. For a this game is pretty short. I mean, my record, I actually have the world record, and now is 9 minutes flat, roughly. So might be some odd seconds, like point something seconds at the end, but pretty much 9 minutes. There's definitely still some time save, because there's a couple things that I have been able to optimize a little more, so we'll see how good those go. But we'll see how well I can optimize them. Alright, and we're about to start a couple seconds, so right now. Let's get in the middle here. There we go. So, and then Jake will talk a little more. So, I'm tiny, I'm a balloon that they like, and I follow them. I controlled Finn. Jake is kind of like a sidekick or a partner kind of thing. He doesn't really do much other than he has specific powers that help us obviously get through the game. Like he can glide, he can turn into a parachute, we can kind of glide. And there's a little exploit with the glide mechanic that you can use, and it makes it a lot easier to get through some of the parts, and allows you to do some skips. You can also attack, you can also grapple onto things. So the first thing is you can roll. Like in most action games, you can do some sort of roll, like dodge roll or something, and Finn can do that, and it's what makes him go a lot faster. So we do that as much as we can. He can also double jump, like a lot of other games too. One thing is, like right here, you can't roll off cliffs or roll off like anything that's a different height, because it'll turn it like an invisible wall will form, and then you can't do anything. So coming up right here, you're going to see me using the extended glide. So if I just mash the glide button, it'll pretty much keep my height, or I'll descend very, very, very slowly. If you can mash it at the right tempo, you can, I think, stay pretty horizontal and not really lose any height at all, but that's tough. And Jake talks a lot, but you can just get rid of him from talking by clicking the glide button, because then he's needed and then he can't talk. So there's only 3 levels. There's the prologue, there's the forest, and then the mountains. So going through the forest right now, and then the first real skip is coming up right here. So normally what you do is you go up there, as you can see those mushrooms, and you're just going to jump and kind of go a roundabout way to get up here. But what's really cool is Finn is actually a rock climber. So if you just jump at the right time, you can climb up the wall, which is really neat. So, and now there's another skip that's coming, a cutscene skip right here. So that's the end of the level, is right in that like sewer drain. The Magic Man's gonna be in there. So what we're gonna do is, instead of like triggering them, we're gonna just do our extended glide all the way to the back of the pipe, and you trigger. Yep. So I got into the loading zone and then didn't have to hit the cutscene, and I'm in the next level, which is the mountain. So I can also pause it and I can restart level. This gets rid of a cutscene that you have to watch normally right in the beginning. So if I can jump up there. But there's a lot of cool skips in this level too. So you'll see them. They're neat though. It's a really cool game. It's just it's a basic platformer, but in 3D. And the 3D is really neat. It's really comfortable for new VR players, because certain games can be really, really intense on the eyes and on like the brain. So this is a game that pretty much, even if you get motion sickness, you can play pretty well. So this is the grappling mechanic. The grappling is basically for that right there, and that's about it. Okay. That's a really hard skip to get. Not even a skip, it's just a really hard timing to get. You have to get there right away. But the nice thing is you respawn right there, and the world around you doesn't change. So like it'll keep going with whatever it was doing. It's on like a pretty much like a set timer, or like set round. So it I didn't lose any time literally at all, because the platform still came back to me as the platform came back to me as I was respawning. So I didn't lose any time there, which is nice at that spot. So there's Jake talking again. So here's another little thing that you can do. A really neat incentive, well, not really neat, but an incentive that could be kind of cool is save or leave Lumpy Space Princess LSP, because right up here, so right here we're gonna see LSP, and there's gonna be some gnomes that are attacking her, and then she'll talk a little bit about it. Like, this is the cutscene, it's only a couple seconds, and then basically she'll need help, and the gnomes are gonna attack her, and you can attack them and save her, and then you save her. Or after she's done talking right here, you just keep on going. So it's a lot faster just to keep going. But, and Jake even says it'd be funny if you leave her. So, but what we're gonna do actually is leave her. And it saves like 30 seconds, because there's a little, it's actually really funny, there's a little cutscene afterwards where she'll talk to you about hitting on Tiny, which is the player, which is really neat. It's hilarious actually. So and now we're up here. Got another skip coming up here. Okay, I didn't fall. Oh. It's a little faster riding this back. So, coming up there's a skip. It gets, not really a puzzle, but it's just a annoying little sequence of tasks you have to do. And I got extended glide here. There we go, and it saves a little more time right there. But so right up here, once we get up to this platform, over here you have to do a bunch of things to clear all those crystals out of the way, like climb up there, or you can just, if you can do the extended glide right. Hopefully I did. I did, alright, nice. You can just skip that whole sequence, and it saves a lot of time. And then we're getting there. Now this part, I didn't realize there was a flagpole there, so I thought you had to make it somehow, which you can extended glide, but it's a lot slower than just grappling on. So, then right up here is Magic Man, and then on the black screen, that's time. And I got an 824, which is much faster than my previous PB, because everything went perfectly well. Actually, everything went very well, so that's a really good time. So I'm really happy with that, actually. So that's really neat. I'm kind of ecstatic. The former world record that wasn't mine was 9:59, and then I originally beat the 9:59 not using the speedrun strat, just totally optimized routing. I got 9:49, so I beat it by 10 seconds without using the skips. And then when I learned the skips, which aren't hard at all, they're not very hard. They're more tricky, I'd say, than difficult. But once I beat that, or I got those down and I could beat it with it, I just optimized my routing more, and then it got a lot better at the tricks. And there we go, 824. That's really neat. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully I will be up there being able to showcase this.